Have you ever noticed something painful? Some people don't disrespect you suddenly. They disrespect you slowly. At first, they talk politely, they behave nicely, they act like they care. But over time, their tone changes. Their words become cold. Their attitude becomes careless. And one day, they treat you like you don't matter. And you start asking yourself, why is this happening to me? Let me tell you the truth that most people don't want to hear. People disrespect you because you allow it. Yes, that's the harsh truth. Not because you are weak, not because you are unlucky, not because you deserve it, but because somewhere in your life you trained people to treat you that way. And today, in this video, I will explain the psychology behind disrespect, why it happens, how people test your limits, and how you can stop it forever. Because this is not just about respect, this is about your identity, your self-worth, and your peace. Now, listen carefully. Respect is not about money, looks, or power. Respect is about boundaries. People don't respect the nicest person in the room. They respect the person who knows what they will tolerate and what they will never tolerate. That's why sometimes you see a rude person getting respect and a good person getting used. Why? Because good people often have one weakness. They tolerate too much. They forgive too fast. They stay quiet too long, and they keep thinking, it's okay, maybe they didn't mean it. But deep down, they know they are being treated badly. Let me explain something important. Disrespect is not an accident. Disrespect is a test. People test you to see how much they can push you. At first, it's small. They reply late. They ignore your message. They cancel plans without apology. They make jokes on you in front of others. They interrupt you while you speak. They speak to you in a slightly rude tone, and you notice it, but you stay silent. You laugh it off. You adjust. You forgive. Now let's talk about the biggest reason people disrespect you. It is not because they are stronger. It is because you react emotionally. Yes, emotional reaction is weakness in the eyes of manipulators. When someone disrespects you and you immediately start arguing, explaining, begging, crying, or shouting, they feel power. They feel control. They enjoy your reaction, and they realize they can push you again. That's why the strongest response to disrespect is not shouting. The strongest response is calmness, silence, control. Because calm people are dangerous. Calm people are unpredictable. Calm people don't beg. Calm people don't break. And that is why calm people get respect. Another reason people disrespect you is because you don't correct them the first time. You wait until it becomes too much. You keep tolerating. You keep collecting pain. And then one day you explode. And when you explode, they act innocent. They say, "What happened to you? Why are you behaving like this?" But they know exactly what they did. They're just shocked because you finally reacted. So remember this rule. If someone disrespects you, correct them immediately, not emotionally, but confidently, not with anger, but with clarity. Because the first time is always the warning. If you ignore the first time, you invite the second time. Now let me give you a strong psychological fact. People treat you the way you teach them to treat you. If you tolerate late replies, they will reply late. If you tolerate jokes, they will joke more. If you tolerate insults, they will insult again. If you tolerate being ignored, they will ignore you again. And the sad part is, you will keep hoping they will change, but they won't, because they are not the problem. Your tolerance is the problem. Now listen carefully. Setting boundaries doesn't mean fighting with everyone. It means knowing your standards. It means protecting your peace. It means choosing self-respect over comfort. And when you start doing that, some people will hate you. They will call you arrogant. They will say you changed. They will say you became selfish. But the truth is, you didn't change. You just stopped being easy to use. And the people who benefited from your weakness will always hate your strength. So don't feel guilty, because guilt is the chain that keeps you trapped. Now let's talk about the types of disrespect people show in daily life. 1. They ignore your presence. They don't greet you. They don't acknowledge you. 2. They interrupt you when you speak. They treat your words like they don't matter. 3. They make jokes on you in public. They try to make you look small to feel big. 4. They cancel plans without respect. They treat your time like garbage. 5. They contact you only when they need help. They disappear when you need support. And if any of these things are happening repeatedly in your life, then it means your boundaries are weak. But don't worry, you can fix it. Let me tell you how. First rule, stop explaining yourself. Explanation is weakness. When you explain too much, you sound like you are asking permission. Strong people don't explain. They state, they decide, they move on. So when someone disrespects you, don't give long speeches. Just say short, powerful lines like, "Don't talk to me like that," or "That's not acceptable," or "Watch your tone," or "Don't repeat that." Simple, calm, direct. Second rule, stop being too available. Availability kills respect. If you reply instantly every time, people will think you have nothing else in life. If you are always free, people will treat you like a free service. So start replying late. Start focusing on yourself. Start making yourself busy. Not to impress people, but to build your value. Because people respect what they can't easily access. Third rule, stop tolerating small disrespect. People don't suddenly disrespect you big, they start small. So stop them early. If they joke about you, don't laugh. Smile slightly and say, "Don't joke like that." If they interrupt you, pause and say, "Let me finish." If they speak rudely, say, "Speak properly." If they ignore you, ignore them back. Not with anger, but with self-respect. Fourth rule, don't chase people who disrespect you. If someone disrespects you and you still chase them, you destroy your own value. Because chasing means you are afraid of losing them. And when someone knows you are afraid, they will control you. So instead of chasing, step back, silence them, reduce your availability, reduce your attention. Because attention is currency. Whoever gets your attention gets your power. So stop giving power to those who disrespect you. Fifth rule, learn to walk away. This is the most powerful boundary. If someone keeps disrespecting you again and again, don't argue, don't fight, don't beg them to understand. Just walk away. Because walking away is the loudest message. You don't have access anymore. And trust me, nothing hurts an ego more than losing access to someone they thought they controlled. Now listen. When you start changing, some people will test you more. They will push harder. They will try to make you feel guilty. They will act like victims. They will say, "You think you're too big now?" But that is a good sign. It means they are realizing they can't treat you the same anymore. And if you stay consistent, they will either respect you or they will leave. And if they leave, that is not a loss. That is protection. Because people who can't respect your boundaries don't deserve access to your life. Let me end this video with one final truth. Respect is not something you ask for. Respect is something you create. You create it by the way you speak. You create it by the way you react. You create it by what you tolerate. You create it by what you walk away from. Because in life, people will only treat you as badly as you allow them to. So from today, stop tolerating disrespect. Stop adjusting your self-worth for people who don't deserve you. Stop sacrificing your peace for temporary relationships. And remember, being kind is powerful, but being kind without boundaries is weakness. So choose your dignity, choose your standards, choose yourself. This is Mr. No Access. And remember one thing, if they disrespect you once, correct them. If they disrespect you twice, distance yourself. If they disrespect you again, remove access completely. Not everyone deserves access to your peace.